Team Devin Haney fires back at Eddie Hearn. In this video, I'm going to break down what was said, give you guys some of my thoughts, just my thoughts. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Let's get to it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, the haters are not going to like this. If you're not a fan of Boxing Ego, you're not going to like what I have to say. It is apparent to me I run the game, the king of boxing talk like no other, the best in the business, and it's not even close. Let me explain. So I made a video about, I gotta tell you the chronological order. Made a video about Devin Haney and the comments from Eddie Hearn. In that video, I was talking about what Eddie Hearn said about Devin. He basically said, Bill and Devin are just in it for money. They are not legacy fighters anymore. They're looking for the biggest bag. Made the video, unpacked video, check it on the channel, dates, times, timestamps. It's all there for you. The very next day, it might not have even been a day, but I think it was hours, actually it was hours after the video, Devin Haney tweeted about what Eddie Hearn said. And I made a video about Devin Haney's response because on my channel, I give you guys both sides. No reason for me not to be objective and tell you both sides if there's pieces of information. Mind you, that is something the Haneyacks refuse to do. When it's positive Devin Haney news, they will talk about it. Like if there's news that broke that Devin Haney got a crazy bag or he made this purse, they'll talk about it. When Devin Haney's baby mama is suing him and putting out a restraining order against him and saying he's a deadbeat dad, all that type of stuff, conveniently, they don't talk about it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some people are like, oh, yo, but Ego, that's not about boxing. That's why they don't want to talk about it. That's why these other content creators don't want to talk about things outside of boxing. Wrong. The reason being, they don't have any problem talking about it when it's other people like Gervonta Davis. So you can't tell me that a content creator is above it to talk about things that are involving someone's personal life when they do it all the time, just not with Devin Haney. So I made the video about Devin Haney's response. In that video, I literally said it is apparent that the Haneys are watching the channel because the Eddie Hearn interview had been up for 10 days and no one was really talking about it. The moment Boxing Ego make a video about it, right? Now all of a sudden, Devin responds to it. Then in that video, I criticized the Haneys, said, how come when it's certain people, they don't really respond to or they don't go off on? And then now Bill Haney has responded to Eddie Hearn, the same thing that I pointed out. And I literally said in the video, you guys could go check it. I said, I don't care if all of a sudden they respond to Eddie Hearn now after it's been pointed out, because that's too easy. Anybody can point out something and then somebody try to correct what was pointed out after the fact, right? Meaning if somebody was about to cook and they didn't wash their hands and then I call them out on it, like, you about to just cook and touch that food, touch that chicken without washing your hands. And then now that you're on Front Street and you've been called out, now all of a sudden you want to wash your hands, but your natural instinct was not to use proper hygiene and wash your hands. So let the record show they all watched the channel. Now, moving on, Bill Haney says, in 38 years since starting in snooker, Eddie and Barry Hearn never made a Devin Haney undisputed 3-division third continent by 26. The Haneys kicked their ass in the legacy department. Now middleman money blocking, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom do it best. Whatever this is supposed to mean. But after being called out by Boxing Ego, now Bill Haney wants to speak on Eddie Hearn, and I guess that's a diss to Eddie Hearn, like a response. But the funny thing is, this is the thing with Bill that you guys got to pay attention to. Bill Haney, he likes to skirt around the issue. If you ask him a direct question and he's pressured and he does, just watch his interviews. I study the game. If you ask him a direct question, he won't give you a direct answer. If it's something, now I'm not saying if you ask him like, would you eat for dinner last night, stuff like that. I'm talking about if you ask a question that is trying, then all of a sudden he won't answer. Hey, wait, hold on. He'll cut you off and do all this. Hey, hold on. Hey now, hold, and he'll do all that. So you can't, like, you know what I mean? That's his defense mechanism. Now, right here, what we see, he responded, I guess, to Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn, but he didn't really respond to what Eddie Hearn was saying. Eddie Hearn basically said, y'all money hungry, and you're talking about how in 38 years since starting in snooker that Eddie and Barry ain't never made a Devin Haney. Like, kind of weird. You still didn't address the underlying issue. You know what I mean? Like going to a doctor appointment and they're saying you have strep throat, and you go to the doctor appointment and they talk about everything else. They talk about your blood pressure levels. They talk about your heart rate, but they didn't even talk about the main thing you went to the doctor for, which was strep throat and what can you do about it. So me, I like to be very direct, and I am very direct. I'm very blunt. So I would have preferred, if you're going to say something, talk about the accusation. If not, then what's the point of even like taking a slight at Eddie Hearn and, oh, they never made it Devin Haney. And the other thing that kind of looks dumb because this is who you decided to sign to when you got with the promoter for a long-term deal. So you can make fun of Barry and Eddie Hearn, but y'all was the ones that signed with Matchroom. So it looks stupid to try to belittle them. It's like an ex-girlfriend and the dude cheated on her or something, and she like, oh, he wasn't no good in bed, or he had a little womp. You know what I mean? Like, you asked the girl, like, why were you with him? Why'd you marry him if he was no good in bed and all this other stuff, da. So my question is, Bill Haney's now trying to, I guess, diss Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn because they spoke, or at least Eddie Hearn spoke on him. And he's saying he's money blocking, but what did he block? How did he block your money? You're still fighting Brian Norman Jr. He didn't get in the way of it. All he said is you're chasing a bag, whereas before you used to be more strategic and it was more about building Devin's brand and legacy. Now you're looking for, after the Ryan Garcia fight, you're just disenfranchised and disenchanted, kind of looking for the quickest way to the most cash, and you're willing to go whatever direction that is. That's what Eddie Hearn pretty much said, if I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say anything about me and my dad made a Devin Haney undisputed and all this type of stuff. So who knows? But let me know what you think in the comment section. Devin Haney, is he fighting for legacy? Is he fighting for money first and then legacy? Let me know. And the reason this is important is because certain people like Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, they said, oh, they're only fighting for money. But then now you have the promoter of Devin Haney for a long time, Eddie Hearn, saying that Devin's only fighting for money and chasing the biggest bag and no longer strategic. So where's the same energy when it came to people like Tank and Floyd, and people said, oh, they're just fighting for money and they don't care about anything else. And now the Haneyacks don't want to speak on it. Subscribe.